Hello everyone, I'm Heather from I Talk You Talk Press. Today I'm going to talk about why I feel so cold in the UK and the Japanese climate. So let's begin. First, let's talk about the climate in the UK. The UK has what we call a mild climate. This means that the temperature does not usually become extremely hot or extremely cold. In winter, temperatures are often between 0 and 10 degrees Celsius, and in summer, temperatures are usually between 18 and 25 degrees. But recently, that has been changing and it's been getting hotter in summer. But because of the ocean around the UK, the temperature does not change dramatically. Winters are not usually really freezing, and summers are not usually extremely hot. Many people who grew up in the UK say the weather is quite mild and comfortable, although it does rain a lot. Even though people say it's mild, I often feel very cold in the UK. And why is that? Well, one reason is the wind. In many parts of the UK, the air is quite wet and windy. And when the air is wet and it's windy, the cold can feel stronger. For example, if the temperature is 7 degrees, but there's a strong wind, it might feel like 2 degrees. So even when the temperature is not extremely low, it can still feel very cold. Now let's compare this with Japan. Japan has a very different climate. In many places in Japan, the seasons are more extreme. Summers in Japan are very hot and humid. In cities like Tokyo, temperatures can be 36, 37, 38, 39 degrees, and because the air is humid, it feels hotter. And when I lived in Japan, I didn't like the summers. It was too hot and too humid for me. And winters in Japan can also be cold. In some areas, temperatures often go below 0. And in northern Japan especially, there can be a lot of snow. In the city where I lived, we sometimes had heavy snow in winter, and I had to dig my car out before I could drive. So compared to the UK, Japan has bigger changes in seasons. And because of this, many buildings in Japan are designed differently. Homes often have strong air conditioning in summer and heating systems and heated tables called kotatsu in the winter. In the UK, homes are usually built to keep the heat inside in winter, but they often don't have air conditioning, which is becoming a bit of a problem recently because the temperatures in summer are rising. Now, let me return to the personal question. Why do I feel so cold in the UK? Well, one reason is what our bodies are used to. Our bodies slowly adapt to the climate where we live. Adapt means change. So I lived in Japan for 25 years, so my body adapted to the Japanese climate. So if you live in a hot place for many years, your body becomes better at handling heat. And if you live in a cold place, your body becomes better at handling cold temperatures. So when you move to a new country, you might need time to adjust. For example, someone from a very hot and humid country might feel very cold in the UK, even in spring, like me. But after living here for a few years, they might say, actually, the weather is not so bad, because the body adapts. But this adaptation does not happen immediately. It takes time and experience. There are also small habits that help people adapt to a different climate, and one habit is wearing layers. Now, my friends and family here in the UK always laugh at me because I wear about 7 layers because I'm always cold. But in the UK, many people wear a few layers of clothing. So this makes it easier to adjust during the day. For example, some people will wear a t-shirt, a sweater, and a jacket. So if the weather becomes warmer, you can remove one layer. Another important habit is spending time outside. If you stay inside all the time, your body does not learn how to deal with the weather. But if you walk outside regularly, even when it is a little cold, your body slowly becomes more comfortable with the temperature. And over time, that temperature, what felt cold for you before, might start to feel normal. Another way to adapt is changing your daily routine. In colder climates, people often drink hot drinks like tea or coffee. They eat warm food and hot meals, and they make a difference. And of course, good clothing helps a lot. So a warm coat, gloves, and a scarf can help you to keep warm. So even if the temperature doesn't change, your experience of the weather can change. So what did we talk about today? Well, the UK has a mild climate with moderate temperatures during the year, and Japan has stronger seasonal differences with hotter summers and colder winters in many places. But even though the UK is called mild, it can feel very cold, especially because of the wind. And when people move to a new country, their bodies need time to adapt to the climate. And finally, we can help our bodies adapt to the climate by wearing layers, spending time outside, and building habits that match the climate. So maybe one day, probably in a few years, I will say, actually, the weather in the UK is quite mild, but for now, I'm still cold. Okay, that's all for today. If you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.